Okay, let's see if this works. Sorry about that. I was just doing a quick little change. The other microphone I had connected here was dead, so I'm on a 20-second delay. I'm just trying to make sure that this microphone's working. I didn't check it before I started, so I just got to wait just see if this works. Looks like it's working. I hear volume. So that's working. Okay, just gonna get this started here. Let's go to, actually let's do that. I'm gonna get this all started. I think I got everything dialed in today. Except for that little dead mic issue. At least I didn't do a whole live with a dead mic. Getting better at checking all these technical difficulty issues here. Let me just get this in here. I got up on this screen here. I have the beans for roasting. I'm going to do I got another scene of that. Doors closed, rolling. Turn this on. A little windy today. I gotta make sure my flame's adjusted right. I'm gonna clear this out of here. Okay, so here's the beans we're roasting today. I have a Honduras and a Rwanda, and I am showing you close-ups of these here. I actually literally did pick these for the types of flavors they have. I'm waiting for them to show up on the screen here so I could read them, but you can read them yourself. They kind of had a chocolatey flavor to them. It looked like with a quick look I had on them, so I'm hoping they're going to be a pretty good little combination. So going medium. She didn't really care so much for that really dark. I really liked that dark. It had a definitely different flavor. Seemed like it was a little more earthy, kind of like the packet had said. Little earth tone flavor to it. So one of the things I noticed was it seemed like I definitely got a little bit more of a kick out of this coffee as far as the caffeine effect went. I really felt like I was pretty wired all day, it seemed like. And I feel like that lighter roast that I had was that wet process on the the wet dried process. That roast was a little bit lighter. So I felt like it had me a little bit more going all day long. I said to one of the customers I deliver to on a regular basis, I told him, I was like, it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was like, man, I just feel like I'm still wired from my coffee this morning. And you know, I drink my coffee, it takes me till like 11 o'clock in the morning to finish, you know, all of my coffee. On one specific day, I have this mug that's a 20-ounce mug. It's a bigger one than my other two that I have. And I basically rotate through these 3 coffee cups all week. And one of them's 20 ounce, the other two are 16. So with the 20 ounce, I get a little extra coffee, and Tuesday through Friday, I start a little bit later. I start at 8 instead of 7. I start at 7 on Mondays and 8 the rest of the week. And so I feel like on the days that I start at 8, because I don't, get on the road and start really working until like 9 o'clock, that's when I really start drinking that coffee. Between, the time I get to work, I drink a little bit of coffee on my way to work, about a 20-minute drive. So, I drink a little bit, but I really don't start drinking it until I get on the road and start heading out to the area I work. And it takes me, a little while to drink that, because, I eat an apple and I have my breakfast with it and all that kind of stuff. And it's just some, protein bars and things like that, what I eat in the morning. I'm not much of a, sorry, I just noticed my fan's not on here. Let me just turn this on. Plug it in. So it's ready when everything goes. So we're going for a medium roast today. But like I was just trying to say, that, my coffee, that roast last 2 weeks ago was, I really liked it. I like the kick it gave me. I like the flavor it gave me. And, plus I do mix 2 shots of espresso in it for my work coffee. So it had a really good punch to it. I really liked it. And that's one of the things that I like to talk about when I talk about roasting coffee at home. When you try the sampler pack, it's a good thing to jot down notes when you notice one you like. Now, because you can roast at a bunch of different temperatures, light, medium, and dark, you can mess around with it. You could do a half a pound at, say, just a light. You could do another half a pound at, say, a medium. And maybe you mess one up, you're trying to go for a medium and it ends up a little bit dark, and you can make those little notes in your first kind of practice runs, doing a half of a pound. Half a pound's going to probably roast a little faster. And I hope you notice I have my thermometer going here. I have everything going here today. My fan is going, okay, so that's good. We're at 257. I need to pay attention to that. I, have the coffee roasting, and what I did I see the tape already came off. I had a piece of tape holding the, I had a piece of tape holding the thermometer probe wire, and I guess with the heat it kind of went away. So, well, that's great. So this is why I like doing the live with you guys and just sharing with people. I know a lot of people probably, scroll right through this and everything like that. And to me, all these different flavors of coffees, there's always one that I really enjoy and one that I really like a little bit more than the other. So if you're a big coffee drinker, this is a really great hobby to get into. Like I was saying, doing a half of a pound at a time and sampling between, temperatures and flavors and stuff like that, getting to learn the roaster and how it's working. And, just having fun and playing around with it, making a really dark roast for some good espresso. Maybe you like espresso shots. Maybe you like making your own drinks. I'm noticing more and more people are wanting to learn how to make their own coffee drinks at home. And, I think that's great. Everything has gotten so expensive these days that, time is very valuable to a lot of people. I mean, it's really valuable to me. I never seem to have enough of it in a day. I've been really busy in the, spring, summer, you know, in early fall times, because just everything that I do around the house and for other people in my neighborhood, and you know, my son and stuff like that. So there's just a lot of things that I have going on that this is one of the things that I just really enjoy doing. It kind of gives me a break away from certain things. And then it's something that I get to enjoy every day, you know, kind of the whole process of creating this flavor in the coffee. And I've never really had one I didn't like. A couple of times I've had them to where, you know, I need to make some adjustments in them. You know, maybe a little more sweetener. I do sweeten my coffee. Sorry, you know, plane going by. I do sweeten my coffee. It's just something I've always done. I've never really drank black coffee, and I think that's why I get a lot of these really wild, crazy flavors out of it. But you know, also you got to remember I put espresso shots in it, so you know you got to kind of hit that a little bit with some, to me, a little bit of sweetness. I've always had a really good sweet tooth. So I'm trying to see if this is going to go a little bit quick today. We're at 3:45. You know, I really hope that my thermometer seems like it's staying in place. I don't know, it looks like there's a thread holding it right here. Oh, it's actually, the tape actually melted is what it is. I should have had the camera on that. The tape actually melted, and there's a little string of it still holding on to the metal that's kind of holding it in place. That's kind of funny, actually. So we're looking for a temperature of at about 400 degrees. It's when we want to start paying attention. Now, because she wants it to have a nice, you know, medium roast, I'm going to definitely cut this thing off at 425. I've had my dark roast. I actually need to do some espresso beans, but I just am not going to have time to do it today. I got some other things going on today. You know, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. This also is a great thing to do for your significant other. You know, create some, you know, coffees and flavors. I mean, it seems like coffee is just one of those go-to things a lot of people like to do in the morning. But like I said, you know, time is valuable. And to me, stopping at a coffee shop and waiting, you know, whether it's for 1 or 2 people before you get your drink, you know, 10, 15 minutes, that's a lot to me. You know, some things are like if I need something and I got to go to the store and get it, and it's going to be a 20-minute round trip drive, but I can just order it and have it delivered, you know, in an hour. You know, I probably will pay that extra money, you know, $15, whatever it is, to have somebody bring it to me, because that time is valuable to me. You know, if I'm not doing anything, I don't have anything going on, then yeah, sure, I'll go ahead and, you know, I'll go ahead and, you know, go to the store and pick it up myself. Like on a day like today, I mean, I get up early every morning, but I had some work to do at a house that did a renovation on their yard for them, and needed to, you know, do a couple of things. So yeah, I basically was up and ready to go and waiting for Home Depot to open, because I needed to go just buy a couple of parts to fix their sprinkler system. They had a couple of sprinklers that needed to be changed because of the way their pattern was. They just weren't covering what I needed. So you know, here it is. I'm you know, 5 o'clock, 5:30. I'm taking a shower, getting ready to go, and I'm just sitting there tapping my foot, waiting, you know, for time to go so I can go get some Home Depot parts, go over there and fix it real quick, and try to get back by 8, you know, so we can have some breakfast this morning. And you know, that's kind of my day sometimes. You know, on Saturday, same thing. I get up pretty early, so we're right at about 400 degrees right now, which is perfect timing. We're starting to get our first crack in our roast. And this is one of the key listening moments for when you're roasting coffee, is to listen for the first crack. I'm starting to smell it, starting to see some smoke come up. I'm going to take a little look in the side drum here and see what the progress is. And it looks like the progress is doing really good. So we're kind of coming up to a nice light roast. We're at 412, generally around 415 to 420 degrees. That's when you're going to start getting at your light roast. I'm going to go ahead and cut this thing off. I don't know, I'm kind of watching the beans right now because, you know, I like it just a little bit darker than a regular medium. So I'm looking for between 425 and 430, see what the beans are looking like, and I'm going to cut that off. So I'm using my channel lock method today to open this. I just kind of feel like that's the best way to open the door on this thing. It's one of the things I talked about. You know, when you handle this drum, you need to handle it so with hot gloves so that you don't burn your hands, of course. But with these hot gloves that I have, it's really difficult to open that door. It's such a little handle, and you got these big fat gloves on. But you got to remember, if the beans are running at about 425, 430 degrees, the drum has got to be pretty hot too. So we're at 420. Nice. Let's see here. So my flame is kind of at a medium. You know, we got a lot of smoke going on here, so that's good. I do notice that the beans are getting a nice. Okay, so we're at 424. I'm going to go ahead and shut this thing down. 425. Turn that off. You know, sometimes I like to let it spin a little extra to let it cool down. Stuff is still going. Yeah, this is a nice medium roast here. It's got some nice good, it's got some really nice good medium color. It looks like my thermometer was working good today, which is a plus. And now for the threaded, let me see if I can, let me get it on the right view here. See if that helps you there. Okay, so I'm just trying to do the initial cool off right now. I am doing, you know, getting a lot of the chaff out right now because there's a lot right on the top. So if you've watched some of my other lives, you're going to definitely see the difference in the roast here. This is a light to medium roast. Probably could have gone another minute or so. I probably should have let the drum roll for another minute, but this is fine. This is probably going to have a nice, good flavor to it. Going to have a nice kick, you know, like I was talking in my last stream about the different caffeine levels you get out of the roast. You know, that's another thing that's good to learn. It's besides the flavor profiles. You know, the lighter the roast, the heavier the caffeine level is going to be. The higher the caffeine level. So this is just the cool down and the de-chafing process. You can probably see all the little flecks of skin flying out here. You know, that's why I have the fan under it blowing straight up. And I'm just trying to shake loose the chafe that's, you know, mixed in the beans and get it to blow out of there. Okay, that's about good for this one. Put this right there for you and put it on that camera right there. That's going to show you. At least I think it will. Maybe if I tilt it. You know, I don't monitor the video when I'm doing live. I don't know what you're seeing. I know what camera views I'm putting up. It's about the only thing I know. But I can't actually see what the view is showing you. Like right now, if I'm standing right here, you can probably see me better. Not that you really want to see me. And so once I feel like I've gotten all the chafe out, I'm going to combine these back together and just kind of do a little bit more stirring and cooling. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to let these sit out for 24 hours. I let my beans dry, get air to degas. Degassing is the process where the beans release some carbon dioxide while they're, I think curing is the wrong word. I don't know the technical term for it, but I know it's like a degassing process where they're releasing CO2. And that's why in a lot of bags, you'll see they have a one-way air check valve on them. And it basically lets the gases release, especially when you're, you know, processing them after you've roasted it. So like I said, you know, I only do these lives because I like doing the setup. You know, I have another channel that I do a lot of lives on too. And, you know, I don't ask people to like and subscribe. You know, I feel if you're looking for it, you're going to find what you're looking for. I do this, you know, once a week, or I'm sorry, once every 2 weeks. Just 2 pounds of coffee with, it's a green bean 2 pounds, not a roasted 2 pounds. So this is actually probably a little over 1.5 pounds. I've never really ever measured. I mean, I could, but I never have. You know, just out of curiosity's sake, I'm gonna go grab my scale. I have a scale that I use for measuring fertilizer. And I could put one of these on top of that, and I can weigh this out real quick. It'd be interesting to see how much weight this is done here. So it's going to take me 2 seconds here. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay. Let's see if I can do this. I can't see. This is in kilograms. Pounds and ounces. Zero it out. This says it's 1 point. This says it's 1 pound. I don't believe that. Let me see if I can take this. Tear. Yeah, I don't know why my scale is not. There's no way that could be half a pound. 0. Huh. Yeah, pound ounces. It says 0 pounds. 7. That's really interesting. I had never. It says 12.1. I don't even know how that's possible in pounds and ounces. 12.1. Well, I'm not going to sit here and stew on it. I actually don't even know what that is. Pounds and ounces. I use the scale all the time. This table is also not sitting level. Let's see here. Let me try grams. Okay. Tear it. 0. Okay, I'm getting 788 grams. 788 grams makes a little more sense to me. 452 grams to a pound. 452, 788. So that's what, like 1.75 pounds. That makes more sense to me. I don't know why this other method wasn't working. So 700 and what did I say? Uh, 791. Okay, 791. So I'll have to do the math on that. 791 sounds like about 1.75 pounds, somewhere in that general area. So, anyways, let's make sure I am on. Oh, sorry, I'm showing the wrong. I'm showing the totally wrong. Got all my cameras screwed up right now. That should be right. Let me see. Yeah, that should be the right camera. So maybe that gives you a good look at what it looks like there. Little light medium roast. Probably just under the medium. 425 was where we pulled it off. I think it got to about 427 in the drum. So So that's what we got for this roast. Thanks for watching. If you ever have any questions, you can just shoot me a message in the comments. I don't know why, but I don't always get notified when there's a new comment. So sometimes I don't see them for a while. I don't go around looking for them necessarily. I do check because I do log into this account a lot and watch videos a lot. So that's the only way I normally see a notification. But for some reason, I do not get notifications from YouTube on my comments. So if it takes me a day or two, I apologize. Anyways, let's call that a successful roast. And I didn't go over my equipment, but it's just basic equipment. You can see what I have here. I just have a burner. It's a turkey fryer burner. It's a high output BTU burner, propane tank. My burner has the red knob on it, which signifies that it's a high BTU output. And then the roaster is a drum roaster. Sometimes you can find them on Amazon. That's where I got mine, about $130. This roasts 2 pounds. There are some larger ones which will roast more at a time. And I've only been able to find some of the larger drums, which are still about $140, but you can get them. I use 2 metal colanders, and I use a cyclone fan here. Blows straight up. It's adjustable. Blows, moves each way. I have hot gloves, and then I have a K-type thermometer, which the K-type thermometer basically has this wire probe here to be able to stick in the drum. And this drum, as you probably saw, has a hole in it that you can stick this into. I don't like using the probes because the probes don't go down into the beans so much and kind of just go straight across. So because of that, you don't get a real accurate measure of the beans. This is my setup. I have plenty of videos on my channel of the different roasts I do. Some videos I have some technical issues and the sound is not working or something crazy happens. You never know. So it's just, hit or miss if you get one where I had a successful roast. Hopefully this one here was successful for you and you got to see the process. I welcome you to come back next 2 weeks. I'll be here on Sunday again, doing another 2 pounds. And I'll probably end up doing, 2 weeks? Sounds like it's probably Memorial Weekend. So I'll probably end up doing 2 batches, 1 espresso type, really dark, and then 1 lighter. So I'll follow up too and let you know how these ended up tasting. Like I said, for last week's roast, the coffee flavor was definitely a little bit more earthy. It still was really great coffee. It had a really good flavor to it. But the big thing I got out of that last roast was, man, it had a real caffeine punch. I felt pretty wired for most of the day off of that coffee. So anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you got some good info out of this and saw what I'm doing and you like what you're seeing, to try to go ahead and get your confidence up to try this yourself. Next time we'll talk a little bit more in detail about some of other methods you can use to roast coffee beans if you just want to start out and kind of get into it economically. This right here is probably about a $300 setup with the burner, the roaster, some propane, a couple colanders, and a fan. That's probably what it's going to run you to get started. You can get started for a little bit cheaper using a popcorn popper. Sweet Maria's is where I get my coffee, my green coffee beans. They have lots of information on their site, sweetmarias.com. I'm not affiliated with them. I don't get any kickbacks from them. It would be nice if I could offer you guys some sort of discount with that to try it out, but I don't have that. And I don't look for that kind of thing. So if you want to try out Sweet Maria's, there is some popcorn popper type roasting you can get into. It's kind of the same principle, but it's just a little bit different type of roasting because you have to actually crank the handle to keep the beans stirring on the bottom. And when you're cranking the handle for 15 minutes, kind of gets old after a while. But it's a good way to start and maybe try it out for economical price. If you've already got a burner and everything like that, you're halfway there. Okay. Anyways, thank you.